And it's lights out and away we go. Here in Great Britain for the Grand Prix. The Williams in the lead currently, but they go a little wide. The Racing Points not as fast into the corners. Kid Fury taking a lead. AlphaTauri showing a lot of speed. A lot of curb there. Oh, Racing Point with a little bit of airtime there. And Drago and Verse. Drago is Verse's new teammate for Racing Point. Oh! Verse a little slow on that entry, and now they have fallen to P6. Williams in the lead, ahead of the pack. Mercedes pretty close behind. Oh! A power slide, and they fall to P4 behind the Mercedes, the McLaren, and the AlphaTauri. The AlphaTauri taking the inside, slower on the exit though. McLaren taking advantage on the straight. Mercedes maintaining their P1 lead at the moment. But McLaren is pretty close behind. AlphaTauri, though, faster on the exit. And as we begin lap 2, very, very close race today. Mercedes followed closely by McLaren and Williams. A little wide. Williams faster on the exit into the chicane. Not a chicane, never mind. Williams. A lot of speed here for the Williams. Wasn't really expecting that, to be honest. To be brutally honest. JTPH, aka Balls, with a new fastest lap, all purple sector, a new purple sector in this lap too. Tire to tire, it's wheel to wheel for the Williams up against the Mercedes. Kid Fury in the McLaren in P3. Not used to seeing that, usually in first place for the past 2 races, but they are catching up on the straights. Williams not enough power on the straights compared to the McLaren, but the Williams does have a little slight advantage in the corners compared to the McLaren. Pizza Gaming falling to P4. Drago holding his ground currently in P4. Actually, pretty close battle between Drago and Pizza. Pizza leaves and retires from the race. So that leaves us with only 6 competitors. No purple sectors, yet a new purple lap for the Williams. Not sure what happened with Mercedes in that second sector, but they lost a lot of time there. And oh, McLaren, a lot of off-track time there. Too fast on the entry on that corner. Williams goes around on the outside of the Williams. Williams, though, later on the brakes on the inside, but Williams taking advantage of a faster exit. Mercedes looking to take the position right back with a new fastest lap, but they are still holding their ground. Youth is still holding his ground. Mercedes pretty close behind in P3. Drago with a lot of gravel on their tires. Too fast on that exit. Verse pretty close behind the 2 Racing Points in P4 and P5. And Williams crosses the line for the beginning of lap 4. Holding their ground, a new purple lap once again. Actually, no, that was last lap, never mind. But they are pulling away, it seems, from the Mercedes. The Mercedes is losing ground on the McLaren, and the McLaren is looking to take P2. The Mercedes is falling positions from P1 to P3. Kid Fury is catching up to the first place youth. The Mercedes looking to take it back, head to head, wheel to wheel, right behind McLaren on their tail right now in P3. Pretty close podium, but the P4 and P5 Racing Point pretty steadily behind, but keeping their pace, playing it pretty safe in P4 and P5. Brandstar pretty far behind in lap 4 in P6. And beautiful turns for the Williams. standing the ground into the final corner of lap 4, and it looks like they're going to start their final lap still in first place. McLaren crosses the line for their final lap as well. Mercedes pretty close behind in P3. Drago and Verse in the Racing Points cross the line, starting their final laps as well, about 5 seconds behind the P3 Mercedes. Williams, McLaren with some airtime right before the DRS straight, the Sector 1 DRS straight. Williams finishes Sector 1. Kid Fury in the McLaren 1.6 seconds behind. Mercedes really looking to take P2 back from McLaren, but much slower through that corner. McLaren pulling away right now. But McLaren flips and the Mercedes flips as well right before the DRS zone, and Racing Point takes advantage, taking P2 and P3. What a turnaround here in lap 5. Youth is pulling away in first place right now. Verse and Drago looking to maintain the P2 and P3 to get their first, for Drago to get his first points, his first podium as well on the board here in this race here in Great Britain. And it looks like that'll do it. Verse crosses the line in P2 and Drago crosses the line in P3. That looks like your podium, folks. Cool Youth maintaining P1 the entire race, besides the first few laps. But they take the win here in Great Britain, and what a turn of events. The Racing Point taking advantage of the crash for the McLaren and the Mercedes in P4 and P5. And that concludes this race. What an eventful race.